I launched the first episode of my animated web series, and I got to meet so many of you fine folks at convention, all of which are fond memories I hope to cherish forever. But while we reminisce, why not go back and watch what the anime industry had to offer this year? For the records, I'm jumbling everything together in this list. As long as it came out in 2016, it's good enough to be on here. And of course it's my taste, obviously, and not yours, so try to be flexible, okay? Number 20, Tales of Zestiria. Arguably not the first pick someone would struggle to include in their list, but personally I've been a huge Mega Ultra Deluxe fan of the Namco's Tale of franchise since the era of Tales Symphonia, and to see Zestiria get an anime made by none other than Ufotable, I had the biggest boner all year for it, and they really delivered. I'm putting it number 20 because at the moment it's incomplete. Trying to cram 80 plus hours of gameplay in 12 episodes is just not doable. But thankfully, Season 2 is coming out in January 2017. Number 19, Akagami no Shirayuki Hime, Season 2. Not quite sure what it is about this anime, but it had a spell on me from the very first episode. Whether it be the constant reference to fairy tales like Snow White, or the absolutely jaw-dropping art that Studio Bones is renowned for, it just kept me watching. The story is as common as any other romance anime out there, starts with two characters who don't know each other and grow to be drawn to one another. It had just the right pacing of intrigue and drama to keep you invested, and since Season 2 came out, I figured it deserved a proper mention, even though that ended up being ranked 19. Number 18, Drifters. Drifters is a fresh anime that came out in fall and just finished airing. If you have an appeal for samurai or historical anime, this is the one for you on this list. Ain't I thoughtful? Got a bit of everything on here except mecha, cause fuck giant robots. Anyway, I'm gonna try to dumb it down as much as possible cause not a lot of people are into samurais. One dude kicks the ass of another dude, he walks away, meet a guy, gets sent to another world through magic shaman gates or something, and boom, hands up, God knows where, and you gotta fight more cause plot wants to. You'll love it. Lots of action.
10年15年で大騒ぎなされておるのが何やらもうおかしゅうておかしゅうて。
なんで俺がそんな真似する必要があるんですか。その訴えた女ってのをよく調べた方がいいですよ。
すました顔しやがって。一体何の
Number 17, Durarara X2 Katsu. Durarara is an anime a lot of people hear about, but very few actually give it a chance. So this might be an entry that just slides on in since it's just another season, but for people like myself who've seen it, can't we just hold the fucking phone for a second? I can't really try to explain to you the anime by season 4 like this, but if you never started it before, now is a good time to try and catch up. The story is about Mikado, a high school student who transferred to Ikebukuro, a district in Tokyo where there's a lot of gang activity and shady people. It's a really dark anime with topics like betrayal and suicide. If you've seen over 100 different anime, now's a good time to get into this one.
別に何の権力もないけど、とりあえず話を通す人って感じで。待ってくれ。早速飲んでいただけたんですね。
酔ってた勢いでだ。飲んだの全然覚えてねえんだよ。
さすが大人のクズです。
ここまで。
Number 16, Real Life. Real Life is an anime that came out this summer with a really interesting premise. One guy had a crappy life, no career, nothing worth keeping around, so he finds a company that makes a secret pill. I assume it's secret since no one else knows about it, and it rewinds him back to his 17-year-old appearance. He transferred into a new school thinking he's gonna make it his bitch because he got so much life experience, right? But that's when you realize you get so out of shape after high school. In a nutshell, it's this cool slice of life romance anime, really endearing and doesn't involve you too much. Try it out, maybe you'll like it.
自身のせいじゃないんですか？そりゃそうでしょう。リライフとはニートを構成させるプログラムだと申し上げたはず。それがぬるくてどう？
いただきます。たくさん食べてね。
おいおい
あ、しくちゃん、あなたのおかわりあるわよ。
いらないよっていうかもう片っ端だろそれ。
Number 15, Saiki Kusuo no Sainan. 120 episodes of 5 minutes. It's pretty much a skit anime. Wonderful, hilarious, and just great if you like to get the episodes on your phone. They're not too big and you can cram them in between tasks and boring chores like taking the bus, waiting for your order at McDonald's, or avoiding talking to grandma. Every new episode has a different setup and sometimes you'll see a cameo from a different anime, which is a nice touch. Plot-wise, it's all about Saiki, a pink-haired dude with psychic powers who tries to live an ordinary life. It's hard to explain, you have to experience it on your own truly, but it's super fun.
佐伯くんだ。はいどん。これであなたの一生の思い出確定。学校一の美少女と街で偶然出会う。しかもわざわざ向こうから駆け寄ってきてくれた。
出敗？そう、出敗仲間だ。そういえば私たちがここでこうやって飲むようになって随分経つ。
さて、小田君。
Number 14, Bungo Stray Dogs Season 2. Oh shit, I was going to put Bungo Stray Dogs Season 2, but then I realized I don't have any thumbnail for this video, so how about Keijo instead? Huh? We all love and like this excuse of a fanservice anime, right? Alright, I'm just kidding. Besides being a condescending asshole, I gotta give the ecchi genre at least one entry in this list, and this year I think Keijo was just the right amount of comedy and fanservice to enjoy. If you haven't tried it out, it's the type of battle... It's so stupid. Where two girls are fighting on a disc surrounded by water, and they gotta try to push each other in by using only their boobs or their butts when they have one. I've been told the manga is leagues better, and you really have to turn your brain off if you want to enjoy this show, but I do have to say that visually, it is gorgeous.
何度も見せられたら目が慣れてくるもんやな。神梨のぞみです。よろしく。同じく宮田沙耶香です。よろしく。浜田と走るの藤沼だよ。かわいそう。ひなずき、声かけてやればいいべさ。ほら、ひなずき。
Number 13, Erased. Oh, Erased, everyone's favorite anime until they drop the final episode. Joke's on them, I stopped watching right before the final episode, so it turned out all great for me. This anime is about Satoru, an adult who has the ability to go within deja vu. That part wasn't really clear, but basically it's time travel where after a major event, Satoru returned to his childhood where he has to prevent a girl from being kidnapped and murdered and potentially raped too, I think. Man, I should really have finished that anime. In a nutshell, it's not hard to guess who the bad guy is. That's not what makes this anime good. It's all the setup and the composition. I did have a blast all the way through regardless.
たんだと思います。ひなずきさんが怪しいと思います。お前、何を根拠に？藤沼、さっきはありがとう。いや。
まあそうなるよな。幽霊にうなされるなんてアホな話。いきなりされてもな。
彼女じゃなくてあんたが信用できないって言ってんの。
Number 12, Mob Psycho 100. The unofficial bastard child of One Punch Man, where One Punch Man was all about destruction, and Mob Psycho, construction. If you're like me, you might have had mixed feeling about this anime's first episode. Some people really loved Regan, but I fucking despise everything he stood for about 3 episodes, and I thought it was pretty cool. The art style needs a bit of getting used to since it's not the traditional one with the bubbly eyes and the pointy chins. But the characters, the humor, the battles, and the ambience is everything you love out of anime. You'll be glad you made an exception to check it out.
と感じます。心霊スポットってデマ情報も多いじゃないですか。こんなところで練習してんじゃねえよ。師匠、そっちの方に悪霊の。
1年 B 組東方丈介です。
何？東方丈介。
Number 11, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Diamond is Unbreakable. Is there anyone who doesn't know about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure at this point? I mean, probably, it was mostly a rhetorical question, but in case you're part of that group, you may want to start looking into it. In 2016, we got the 4th season of the franchise. The franchise is one of the best shonen on the market, and the season didn't let anyone down. It's still the manly action-adventure type of show, so if you like some good old-fashioned ass-kicking with awesome characters, once again, it's a great time to hop in, cause it's still just as good.
奇遇だね。
女を離せ。うるせえ。下がれこれ。
あの女の人から僕買い物したことがある。
ありゃやばい目してるぜ。
気のせいか。親戚の
Number 10, Natsume Yojincho Season 5. Natsume is a story not a lot of people would deem to look into at this time of production. The show's first season came out in 2008, and unless you've been following it religiously, which I doubt most of you did, you probably don't have much of a crap to give, especially considering it doesn't have a dub and probably never will since it's such a niche anime. Either way, if you've been looking for a brand new show to try, you'll end up pleasantly surprised with this one. This anime is about Natsume, a teenager who deals with spirits. If you like Mushishi, this is kind of its younger brother. Well, not lore-wise, I meant spirit-wise.
けられぬやつだ。それは違うわ。
え？
そんな小汚くなかった。もっと美しいの。髪も着物もそんな泥ついてなかったわ。
あ、テレビ見とった？え？パブリックビューイング？やめてさ、恥ずかしか。
Number 9, Yuri on Fucking Ice. Or as it should be, Yuri Fucking on Ice. I make jokes, but this is without a doubt one of the most wowable anime this year. The animation will give you a boner probably just as hard as the one Victor has for Yuri. In case you couldn't grasp my subtle hints, there's a bit of boy love going on in this anime, but don't let that be a deal breaker. With the Tokyo Olympics in 2020 just around the corner, you can expect a whole bunch of Olympic sports to make a rise in the next few years. A rise probably as high as Yuri's butt for Victor's dick. Alright, I'm done with gay jokes, I promise. Period. See, we're already back on girls. I'll show myself out.
僕は一人で滑っていく。ビッちゃんより明らかにでかい。あれ、こいつもしかして。いや。
ずいぶん早いね。
あ、姉さんか。師匠かと思った。
今のおっさんの死神だろ。私。
Number 8, Showa Genroku Rakugo Shinju. Also known as Showa Rakugo is the hidden gem of the year, not incredibly popular, but a sight to behold no doubt. The story is about Yotaro, a prison's convict who just came out of jail, and instead of going back to a life of crime, he decides to take on the fine art of Rakugo, which is a form of comedic storytelling. To do so, he finds himself a master teacher, and you see their relation evolve. It's a dialogue-focused anime with heavy accents on cultural Japanese stuff, and it's also historical, so yes, it does speak to a very niche audience. But if that's you and you haven't seen it, God, it's beautiful.
親の代わりにヤクモさんがここまで立派に育ててくれたんじゃないか。
師匠、
話すことはない。邪魔だから。
もう悪い悪い。でもこうやってぐるぐるしてっと不思議と頭の方も回るんだよ。多めに見てくれ。俺とお前の仲だろ。お、ひょっとしてさっきの虫って俺の。
Number 7, Re:Zero. Yes, I know you're already dashing your way in the comment section to tell me how much of a piece of shit I am for not having Re:Zero at number 1. But hey, it's my list, so go fuck yourself? I'm kidding, you're cool. Re:Zero has been the absolute hype of the year for a lot of people, just not me. You'd think I'd like it too, considering all the time travels it involves and me being a sucker for that topic and all that, but all that "I'm sorry blank, I love blank" has been such a buzzkill. You know what I'm talking about if you've seen the anime. Overall, it's still an outstanding show, don't let me take anything away from it. It made the list, and that's an achievement on its own, but I enjoyed Samador over this one more. Yeah, there's no point in trying to convince you guys.
夕食の時にまた呼びに上がります。いろいろありがとう。何かあったらいつでも寄ってね。
お？
落ち着け、落ち着いて。大丈夫、大丈夫。僕にはオールマイトがついてるんだ。
Number 6, Boku no Hero Academia. Before the show got released, everyone was talking about how great a manga it was. When it eventually came out, it did live up to its reputation. The anime follows Deku, a regular kid who looks up to superheroes, but doesn't have any power himself, besides a crap ton of willpower. So he does his best to not get discouraged in this world where everybody else has an advantage against him until he meets his hero, the strongest man on the planet. This series is amazing. If you haven't seen it, I cannot recommend it enough. I even went to read a solid chunk of the manga just cause I couldn't bear to wait for more episodes. Definitely one of my highlight of the year.
イズクちょっと大丈夫？何魚と微笑み合ってんの？ああ、ごめん、大丈夫。今日あんたに勝って得るもの全部俺の血にくりして帰るよ。
Number 5, Food Wars Season 2. I can't really hide it. Ever since Season 1 came out, I've been drawn to this show like no others. Food Wars is a cooking anime. The story is about Soma, a teenager who worked with his dad in a diner, and he enrolls himself in the most prestigious culinary school of all Japan. There he meets with other gifted students and they do cooking battles to whoever has the best meal and whatnot. It sounds kind of dull when I explain it, but it follows the shonen trope to a T, and it's just my vibe. The food looks amazing, the music is great, it's without a doubt one of the finest anime out there, so why not put it here as well? It deserves it.
だが食べ過ぎはおれんラムさんイクラのような食感がはじける何それセーブバカ年
Number 4, Haikyuu Season 3. Haikyuu motherfucking Season 3. Woo! Alright, let me collect myself. I watched Season 1 back when it came out in 2014. Not gonna lie, I do have a soft spot for sports anime. Look, some people like their harem with dumb-witted one-dimensional girl, and for me, seeing big muscly dudes smash balls in each other's face, it makes my dick rock hard. Fuck, now that I say out loud, it kinda sounds super gay. Haikyuu is about volleyball, in case the clips weren't obvious enough. Season 2 left me kind of lukewarm, but oh shit was I on edge of my seat for all Season 3. I don't care what anyone says, Tsukishima, Yamaguchi, and Nishinoya are the best fucking characters, and I'll fucking fight anyone who says otherwise. Number 3, Koe no Katachi. Hey, movies! Those were a thing too this year. Koe no Katachi is a dramatic school anime about a guy who believes a deaf girl. You follow this antagonist until the girl is transferred to a new school, and he then becomes the victim of bullying. And it really shines a great light on the topic without being insensitive about the matter. It has incredible characters, and over the span of 2 hours, you really go through a change of heart. It's a movie that has yet to come out on DVD or Blu-ray, so you might need to wait a bit before you can experience it in all of its HD goodness, but it will be doubtlessly worth the wait.
あのさ、西宮、君に生きるのを手伝ってほしい。
怖くないのが怖い？
そう。あの時の渚くん見てさ、正直俺、衝撃受けた。
要するに。
Number 2, Assassination Classroom Season 2. This anime made me bawl my eyes out. You know when people tell you, oh, this show made me cry? You take it as, I choked him up and he got teary eyes. No, you don't get it. Fucking bawling, sobbing in my room like a teenage girl who can't go to prom levels of tears. And the worst part is, I can't even spoil you why. The first season makes you enjoy this goofy class of underachiever who have to kill their teacher, and as it goes on, you see everyone grow up into their specialty. It's a coming-of-age type of anime, and I can guarantee you it will leave you an everlasting mark for years to come.
湿っぽい話しちゃったわね。それとナプキン適当につけすぎよ。私もそっちがいいわ。
四つ葉にはまだ早いわ。糸の声を聞いてみない。
And finally, number 1, Kimi no Na wa. Yeah, I know, everyone and their granddad has been sucking this movie's dicks ever since it came out, and it's not even out yet. It aired in theaters, so the only way to enjoy it right now is either with shaky cam, or you pay yourself a trip to Japan. It's the other side of the coin from Assassination Classroom, the same emotional turmoil that will hook you in with a team that's been used for ages, body swapping, it's nothing new. Girl becomes a boy in a Tokyo city, and this other dude ends up in the countryside, in the girl's body. But it's done with absolute mastery. There is no right word for me to describe how great it is, so I hope you can consider trying it out when you can.
はあ？詳しい場所はわからない？手がかりは街の風景だけ。
はい。
So those were 20 of the most marking anime to come out this year, according to me. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you think I left out one that you consider should have gotten more shine? Or maybe you don't like the order in which I put them in? It's the internet, of course there's something wrong with my video. But to me that seemed like a reasonable ranking to set the whole year straight. Speaking of anime, it came out in 2016. Did you see the first episode of the web series we did, called Connexion the 8 Seals? Huh? The pilot got mixed reviews, but I think people are gonna like the new direction we took for the next episode. Oh, by the way, we're starting a new schedule starting next Monday, so I hope I launched the first episode of my animated web series, and I got to meet so many of you fine folks at convention, all of which are fond memories I hope to cherish forever. But while we reminisce, why not go back and watch what the anime industry had to offer this year? For the records, I'm jumbling everything together in this list. As long as it came out in 2016, it's good enough to be on here. And of course it's my taste, obviously, and not yours, so I tried to be flexible, okay? Number 20, Tales of Zestiria. Arguably not the first pick someone would struggle to include in their list, but personally I've been a huge Mega Ultra Deluxe fan of the Namco's Tale-Off franchise since the era of Tales Symphonia, and to see Zestiria get an anime made by none other than Ufotable, I had the biggest boner all year for it, and they really delivered. I'm putting it number 20 because at the moment it's incomplete. Trying to cram 80 plus hours of gameplay in 12 episodes is just not doable. But thankfully, Season 2 is coming out in January 2017.
まさか。そのまさか。
Number 19, Akagami no Shirayuki Hime, Season 2. Not quite sure what it is about this anime, but it had a spell on me from the very first episode. Whether it be the constant reference to fairy tales like Snow White, or the absolutely jaw-dropping art that Studio Bones is renowned for, it just kept me watching. The story is as common as any other romance anime out there, starts with two characters who don't know each other and grow to be drawn to one another. It had just the right pacing of intrigue and drama to keep you invested, and since Season 2 came out, I figured it deserved a proper mention, even though that ended up being ranked 19.